Good day, St. Martin. I'm Yesenia Lassero.
And I'm also.
And welcome to another edition of St. Martin Newsdesk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We're bringing the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It's Tuesday. 2 for Tuesday. Let's check out these top headlines.
St. Martin and Montserrat boost tourism through partnership. The St. Martin Tourism Bureau and the Montserrat Tourism Authority strengthen regional ties with a new cross-promotional partnership launched alongside Winair's direct flights in May. The collaboration, themed The Spirit of St. Martin and the Soul of Montserrat, was highlighted during Montserrat's Calabash Festival with joint media tours, community events, and market activations. Airfares starting at just $99 underscore the convenience of multi-destination travel. St. Martin's Jacqueline Lewis promoted the island's nightlife, award-winning dining and cultural events, while Montserrat showcased its lush trails, heritage sites, and volcanic landscapes. The campaign also featured cultural exchange activities, including a visit by the SXM Hiker Gang to one of Montserrat's signature hiking trails. A raffle winner received a free round trip to St. Martin, reflecting the partnership's goal to build tourism and trade links. Officials said the effort demonstrated how collaboration, not competition, can strengthen both economies and deepen cultural ties across the Caribbean.
Work equips VSR staff with hurricane to-go bags. The Ministry of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, VSR, strengthened its hurricane preparedness by providing disaster to-go bags to all staff members. Each kit contained essentials such as first aid kits, gloves, a water bottle, mask, multifunctional radio with charger and alarm, and branded apparel. Minister of VSR, the Honorable Richinel Brooks, said the initiative ensures that personnel who served as frontline workers during crisis are personally ready to respond while protecting their own families. Brooks, a former VKS officer, noted that first responders often prioritize the public's safety over their own. He emphasized that self-preparedness is critical for staff to serve the people of St. Martin effectively in times of disaster. The ministry, long recognized as a key contact point during emergencies, encouraged the community to remain vigilant throughout the hurricane season.
St. Martin Small Properties Association builds regional partnership in St. Lucia. The St. Martin Small Properties Association, SMSPA, strengthened regional ties through business discussion with key St. Lucian enterprises, aiming to boost collaboration, trade, and sustainable tourism. Led by President Nzinka Lake, SMSPA met with Expert St. Lucia, Lubeco Bedding, Exquisite Kitchens by St. Lou Woodworking, Fresh Squeeze Juice, Aurera, Caribbean Metals, Natmed Limited, and Moss Solutions. Talks focused on opportunities in hospitality, wellness tourism, infrastructure, and design, as well as promoting authentic Caribbean products and experiences. Lake said these connections build bridges within the Caribbean, ensuring small hotels and guest houses remain competitive while enhancing guest experiences. She added that partnerships like these foster a stronger, more resilient hospitality and business ecosystem for the region. The meeting, coordinated with support from the St. Martin Chambers of Commerce, reflected a shared vision of regional unity, innovation, and growth. Coming up in our featured story, why fixing St. Martin's power problems isn't as simple as cutting your bill.
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Martin, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected St. Martin. From every street to every home, this network was built for St. Martin by St. Martin hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
Hey there, it's Busy with a Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us. And that's your Sunshine Report, brought to you by the Met Department of St. Martin. So as you enjoy your week, stay safe, stay friendly. Sunshine City.
The Cadastre and a Land Registry would like the public to be advised that their offices will be closed on Friday, September 5th, and will reopen and resume normal business hours on Monday, September 8th. They apologize for any inconvenience they may have caused and thank you for your kind understanding.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. If you're not in an area that is advised to evacuate and you decide to stay in your home, plan for adequate supplies in case you lose power and water for several days and you're not able to leave due to flooding or blocked roads. This hurricane season, make a family emergency communication plan. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, together with the Police Department KPSM, is making changes to traffic on a section of Canagita Street and Manzanella Stake, Phillipsburg. The Canagita Street from the intersection with Percy LaBega Street to Manzanella Stake will now be a one-way street. Inbound traffic can enter Canagita Street from Percy LaBega Street and drive straight ahead or turn left into Manzanella Stake. Outbound traffic leaving town on Canagita Street must make a right turn onto Manzanella Stake. Entry further into the Canagita Street will no longer be permitted. Outbound traffic exiting Manzanella Stake onto Walter Nisbet Road can either make a right or left-hand turn. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, and the Police Department would like to thank the public for their attention to this change. Please follow the new traffic rules and signage and drive safely.
Julius Lambert named CEO of Hillside Christian Schools. St. Martin native Julius Lambert returned to his roots as he became CEO of Hillside Christian Schools, the institution where he once was a pupil. The leadership handover took place during Hillside's 50th anniversary gala at the Bel Air Community Center, where longtime CEO and co-founder Asha Stevens passed the torch. Lambert will oversee both Hillside campuses and report to the board of directors. Lambert, who studied in the Netherlands and most recently served as financial controller at the Ministry of Education, said his priorities include preparing students for modern learning and artificial intelligence, strengthening professional development, and expanding resources for inclusive education. He also pledged to deepen partnerships with parents, churches, and community groups to better support every child. Grounded in his faith, Lambert vowed to uphold Hillside's Christ-centered mission and its 50-year legacy of academic excellence, vision, and service.
Colors donates gift vouchers to the St. Martin Medical Center new mothers. Local retailer Colors donated gift vouchers to mothers in the obstetrics and gynecology ward of St. Martin Medical Center, giving families the chance to pick up clothing and accessories for their newborns. Managing Director Naresh Kapoor said the gesture was a way to thank the St. Martin Medical Center staff for the care provided when his own sons were born at the hospital. Upon discharge, new mothers will receive vouchers redeemable at the Backstreet store for gift bags or sets. Hospital officials Antonio Pantoflet and Cheryl Carty Fleming praised the donation, noting that partnerships with local businesses help enhance the patient experience and support families. Colors said it plans to continue serving the community while recognizing the dedication of healthcare workers who care for the island's families every day.
Writers spotlight Caribbean identity at CariFesta 15. At CariFesta 15 in Barbados, leading Caribbean and international writers explored how literature serves as resistance, innovation, and cultural memory. St. Martin author Lasana M. Sekou joined Bernice McFadden, Marlon James, and Cuban poet Nancy Morejon at the Writing the Caribbean Soul Roundtable on August 25th. Sekou urged more translations of Caribbean works and called on writers to connect directly with readers, even at rum shops or fishermen's meetings, to build a regional book market. James, the Man Booker Prize-winning author of Black Leopard, Red Wolf, said writing is a rule breaker, while Morejon reflected on unique voice of Caribbean literature and praised cultural scholar Rex Nettleford. McFadden of Bajan heritage said she writes for herself, letting readers draw the connections between Caribbean, African, and African American traditions. The event, hosted at the University of the West Indies in Cave Hill, drew just over 100 attendees as part of CariFesta's 15th edition, the first since 2019. Closing the festival, Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley thanked participants from across the Caribbean, Africa, Central and Latin America, pledging to restore the biennial rhythm of the region's largest arts gathering. Today's featured story comes from a commentary by Angelique Remy Chittick, posted online. The Cadastre and a Land Registry would like the public to be advised that their offices will be closed on Friday, September 5th, and will reopen and resume normal business hours on Monday, September 8th. They apologize for any inconvenience they may have caused and thank you for your kind understanding.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on.
of the limit.
Yo!
What did you do?
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link? Sharing oil everywhere.
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link.
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Well, yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a app. What the It's not a app.
You kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though.
If you've opened your utility bill lately and wondered why relief never seems to come, you're not alone. For years, residents and businesses in St. Martin have faced soaring costs for electricity and water, often blamed on the island's sole utility company, GEVE. But a new analysis shows the problem goes deeper, to the very structure of how the island's lifelines are supplied and regulated. Today, we take a closer look at what's driving these costs and why solutions have been so elusive.
When people complain about GEBE, they're usually talking about outages, billing chaos, and the infamous fuel clause. But the real story starts long before your bill hits the mailbox. Behind every kilowatt and every drop of water are two private monopolies. Sol Antilles NV, the island's exclusive fuel importer, and Seven Seas Water, the only supplier of desalinated water. Their contracts, largely shielded from scrutiny, dictate what GEBE pays, and by extension, what the public pays. A government tariff review finalized in April 2025 by the Bureau of Telecommunication and Post, with support from the Regulatory Authority of Curaçao, revealed overcharging through fuel clauses between 2022 and 2024. In most regulated markets, excess collections are refunded to consumers. In St. Martin, they simply vanish into utility cash flows. Take Sol's 30-year exclusive contract. GEBE must buy oil only from its terminals, with invoices padded by fees no regulator verifies. With no price caps, Sol effectively writes the bill. Meanwhile, GEBE's outdated engines burn far more fuel than modern systems, further inflating costs. The water supply tells a similar story. A 2007 take-or-pay deal with Seven Seas Water forced St. Martin to pay for set volumes of water even when they weren't needed. After Hurricane Irma, this cost the country millions. Through a 2018 amendment saved roughly 12 million guilders over 3 years, the monopoly structure stayed in place. Though a 2018 amendment saved roughly 12 million guilders over 3 years, the monopoly structure stayed in place. In 2023, the contract was extended again through 2027, adding just $400,000 United States dollars in annual savings. Small compared to years of inflated costs. Under mounting criticism, GEBE commissioned a counter review this July from RCRC Consulting, warning that slashing fuel clauses too abruptly could destabilize the utility. They point to Curaçao's 2011 experience when tariff cuts forced Aqualectra into financial collapse, leading to a government bailout and ironically higher long-term bills for consumers. So what's the way forward? The government-backed tariff study made 13 recommendations, including bringing generator fuels under the same price controls as gasoline and LPG, verifying every sole invoice independently, creating a correction mechanism to refund or recover over or under charges automatically, overhauling water and electricity fuel clauses for full transparency, and above all, establishing independent regulatory oversight to replace self-regulation. Other Caribbean nations have already taken bold steps. Curaçao strengthened its regulators, Aruba invested in wind and solar, Barbados broke fuel monopolies, and Jamaica now sources nearly 20% of its power from renewables. The lesson is clear. Transparency, competition, and clean energy work. Without them, St. Martin risks paying higher and higher prices under outdated contracts and aging infrastructure. The question is whether leaders will make those reforms or keep the public paying for political theater. Jess.
Thanks, Alston. Angelique Remy-Chittick, a financial strategist who authored this analysis, says relief will never come from subsidies or town halls alone. Only structural reforms can break the cycle of monopolies and inflated costs. It's a choice between sticking with a broken system or modernizing St. Martin's energy sector for good. That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin Newsdesk.
Thank you for joining us for our new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across all social media platforms. I'm Boston Prince.
And I'm Justina Lassiter, wishing you an amazing day and evening. I'll see you tomorrow.
Tell them another thing.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.